I can't imagine having an idea that has the capacity to do so much good and the opportunity to act on it and then not following through. I spent a lot of time in the food pantry in my church growing up. About 50 million Americans are food insecure. About that many are relying on a food pantry or a soup kitchen. Meanwhile, we throw away up to a third of our edible food supply. Even by age 10 and 11, it was pretty clear to me that we had a massive communications problem. We couldn't talk to our food donors, and we couldn't talk to our fellow pantries because we were using fax machines or making phone calls one by one. And I remember thinking, this is a real problem with real consequences. And if you have any way of trying to solve it, you don't have an excuse not to do it. Means is really born out of this recognition that this technology that the rest of the world had been using for years had not made its way into this space that really needed it. It exists for people that are doing really good work. We just help make their jobs a little bit easier. We are built on the amazing work of people whose names we will never know, who will never win a big award or get a ton of media coverage. They are the unsung heroes. Means is much bigger than me, and that's a great thing. It should be. Our staff gives me just incredible, insurmountable hope for the future. One of the greatest joys of my job is getting to create this space for really talented young people. They're not doing it so it looks good on a resume. They are showing up and doing the dirty, hard work every day because they want to make an impact, genuinely, and that's a beautiful thing. And getting to create that space for these kids is an honor. It really is.
In the 4 years since Maria Rose founded Means Database as a freshman in college at American University, more than 2.2 million pounds of excess food have been rerouted to those in need. Please welcome Maria Rose Belding.
Good evening. A president of the United States just said my name, right? That's happening? Cool. Okay, this is fine. Everything's fine. Okay. The nonprofits using Means represent 49 US states, DC, and Canada. They serve at least 30 million of our American neighbors, from seniors to second graders. With the power of free real-time text alerts, it doesn't matter if it's 50 pounds of squab in Seattle or a half ton of fruit in Rhode Island. Every food donation that touches Means ends up in the hands of charities providing for our least of these. This generous gift from Points of Light will allow us to offer these fantastic nonprofits more services, as well as expand our own staffing. These funds are an incredible investment in Means, a recognition that our potential and worth stems not from our ages, but from our impact. It would be foolish not to mention in front of such an audience that we're looking to expand our board. And yes, we are. There's 3 of us. It needs to be bigger. And we would love to speak to any of you about our programs, including an amazing $50,000 matching grant that kicks off tonight. So just come find us. Our COO, Sammy, is here at table 17. She's right there. And then I am the one with the light up heels. Finally, thank you. Finally, I'd like to say a brief word about President Bush. I was born 3 years after he left the White House, and as a result, until recently, my understanding of his legacy was entirely beyond the political. Knowing I would be accepting this prize, I went back and I found a speech and I listened to him speak for the first time, trying to get a sense of this departed moral giant. In hearing his inaugural address, I realized that the very first words he spoke as US president were in prayer. Means is not a faith-based organization, but I am a faith-based person, as this president was. If I believe that I am beautifully and wonderfully made, then I must believe that everyone is. And if everyone is a child of God, then everyone is eternally deserving of grace and good nutrition. Your support tonight will help us move the next 1 million pounds as our generation's points of light shine forever forward. Thank you so very much.